Primal TV, and we're here with Arcane Roots with
Andrew. Adam.
How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
How's the long haul from?
It wasn't actually that bad. We did about 3 hours about 3.5 hours last night, and then another 3.5 hours this morning. So, as long as you just have to try not to mess around too much after the gig and just get going. Yeah.
Which we tend to do. We tend to mess around a lot.
So you're 5 days in. So how were the first few shows for you?
It's been amazing. It's the first time we went to Ireland, so we wanted to play there for a really long time, and it's just kind of never really worked out. So it's kind of nice to go somewhere where we'd never played before, and we don't know what to expect. And we genuinely thought there'd be about 2 people there, but they were really well attended. My family's half Irish, so I wanted to play there for a really long time, and I don't know. It's kind of feels like we wrote a lot of Blood and Chemistry there as well, so it's kind of nice to go there and plant a little seed in Ireland, it was we couldn't be more grateful to their warm response, and so many people they're I heard about you guys 2 years ago, and I forced all my friends to come along and whatever, and so we rely on that stuff as a band, so it was really cool. And then we had Sheffield and Edinburgh, and they were kind of reliably themselves, noisy, and everyone was singing to us, so we couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah. You've got a pretty hectic sort of 4 weeks tour. How do you prepare yourselves for that kind of long stint sort of together?
Unfortunately, being pretty boring is usually the key to staying fresh every night, and the most important thing for us is to do the best show that we can, every single night. Get as much sleep as possible whenever possible, and just trying to keep as kind of, keep things exciting as well. I think it can easily become really like a job, and so we try and keep things really comfortable and make sure we eat really well and try and look after ourselves. And even as friends, we're all really good friends, so, it's kind of, it's just like spending time with your friends.
I've heard the new track Over and Over, and that sounded pretty cool. So, what kind of is that? Does it represent the album, or is it?
It's not on the album. It's not going to be on the album. It's not. No, we're lucky to write fairly regularly. So Over and Over was kind of like a stopgap. So we had lots of new material, and we just wanted to put anything out. And so they said, well, what about doing another single? And we're like, okay, let's just choose one song and go with that. So then, since then we've been starting to work on another record, and again, I think we've come down from maybe 200 odd songs to whittle that down, and already we're starting work on the next one. So we're looking forward. Kind of, as this recording process is slowing down, I'm actually quite sad because I really like it. So,
right. What's your kind of process for writing music? Maybe what's your songwriting techniques? Kind of thing?
I try and just stay as open as possible to anything, to whether it be I've just listened to something or watched something or read something, or just sometimes you just have a certain I don't know, sometimes you feel a certain way and you just pick up a guitar, and then sometimes you have to work really hard for a song, and kind of it needs 6 months of loving and frustration, and sometimes it comes in 2 minutes and you do the whole song. And then I've been trying for this record anyway to kind of work, I kind of wanted to work in the way that I wanted to work in, if that makes sense, whether or not my body or my brain is made to do that. But there's people the people I really look up to, and the way that they write things. I was like, that's kind of, it's been a realization that it's well, if I want to be like that, that's starting now. It's a strange thing to be in a band and you kind of feel this is going to happen soon. This is going to be where we're going to be at in 6 months. Soon it will kick off. And then I think for this record we kind of realised that's started. We need to, if we're going to be at that level that we want to be and doing as many albums as we want to do and all that kind of stuff, we need to be doing that now. So I've literally, for this record, tried to make it where I try and come up as many songs as possible through the most organic and kind of natural ways I can, and then and then kind of choose the best ones, as opposed to with Violent Chemistry, we purely just had the exact amount of songs, and we're like, that's what we're going to do.
So you've been on, like, this is going back a while now, but you've been on some touring support slots with, like, Shikari and Biffy Clyro. How did you find that at that stage of the band? How did you find that impacted on your stature, sort of maybe across the UK or even further?
Pretty heavily.
Yeah, I think with the first one of those kind of big tours that we did, the massive ones, I think was the few shows we did with Muse, but they were European shows, so they definitely we noticed a big impact on our European like support level. I think after those shows, because on Facebook, social media, you can track numbers of fans and where they're located. And after those shows, the second biggest city, apart from London, was Rome. So we definitely noticed a spike after them. And then the Biffy shows, again, they were kind of all German and one Paris show, I think. But so they definitely, the last time we were out in Europe on our own headline tour, a lot of people come up to us and say, "Oh, we saw you at the Muse show, we saw you at the Biffy shows."
But I think it's just even just having our name next to bands, but like obviously we look up to a lot of those bands, and we've been into them since we were very young, and to have your name next to them for one night, even is it just helped us out a lot. I mean, I think even though there's been some sort of a follicle resemblances drawn to some of the bands, it means a lot to us that obviously when you meet someone that you do look up to and you think they're incredible bands, like all of them, to find people who are actually still looking for bands to support them and actually really care, and they're genuinely still really excited about music, and like I think with everyone that we've met, literally that's become the first conversation about the current album or whatever, and you can kind of tell, I think, when someone's really into something, and the fact that they would stumble across our band and be like, yeah, cool, we should help these guys out. We're forever grateful, because I think when it was in, I can't remember what magazine or radio or something, but Simon Neil said something really nice about us, and everyone was like, "Do you just listen to the radio or something?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "Oh my god, this," and it came out of nowhere. We had no idea what had happened, and it's helped our band so much, and especially for kind of their fans being into us as well, and then finally getting out to support them, and it was an honour. And there's been bands that like we didn't know that well before, and bands like AWOL Nation and then Shikari, like, were never massive bands for us as a kid, but now I can honestly say, like, I have such a massive respect for them and their shows. Like, it's great to see any band do what they do, and you're like, wow, that, I get it. That's why they're doing this. That's why they're so successful. Because both of those, we learned so much. Especially Enter Shikari, like, they're an incredible live band, and like the new album has just really stepped up, and we were just it was just an honour to watch it every night.
Yeah. Saw you at 2000 Trees again this summer, and you seem to be higher up the bill. So do you feel like
seen the bill?
the way the posters show, like, your name's in a lot bigger writing? So
okay, that's the measure.
Like,
yeah.
How do you feel you've come along in the last 12 months?
It's kind of weird. Like, you only really we only really know where we're at by pages in magazines and like interviews and reviews and stuff. Like, I think festivals are kind of the yearly Forbes list kind of bands and where you're at, and and what you're doing. You're like, oh, we're Hartlepool this year, like, we must have done well. We're just still trying to be the best band we can, and it's really hard to gauge anything. We feel like we've been, even doing the Shikari tour, I don't know, because it wasn't in England, I suppose, like, it just feels like we haven't really played anything since November in a way, and it's such a hard thing to judge, because we're getting better all the time, but people don't hear the music we're working on now. I could have written the best song in the world yesterday, but no one will know about it for like a year. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like such a latency to it. Yeah. So, for us, I thought we're so proud of this new record, and we really feel that we're doing what we wanted to do as a band, and I feel like, the first time, I feel like we all kind of did it ourselves. It was kind of just like, I feel like this is our record, and we're so proud of it, so proud of it, and I'm so excited to go out. And I think for the first time, I kind of feel like I could chuck that into a pot of other albums, and be like, oh, there's my 5 cents, into music or whatever. And we're only just beginning. We're only just starting to, there's so many more things that I want to work on for the next record. So for us, that's how it feels. It's really quick to feel forgotten about or whatever. And obviously, like watching bands like Black Peaks and Marmosets and stuff doing so well as they are, like we've just been away working on a record. Like every time we see the things, we're like, man, we need to get back. We need to do stuff. And now we're trying to put this record out. I constantly email our managers, being like, "Come on, let's just put it out." So,
which is very hard to get across.
Yeah, it is. Come on, he said with old croaky. But it's it can be incredibly frustrating. But we're so excited to finally come back and hopefully just. I feel like I can be like, and what? Now I've got this record,
That should be your new,
and
pose at the end.
that's actually the title of the record. And
Yeah.
what? Yeah. So I'm just excited to kind of. I don't know. I feel like I'm proud enough of this to be like, for the first time. Yeah, you fucking go. So.
Apart from 2002, what sort of other plans you got coming up, maybe for the summer period, if you can say those kinds of things?
We're literally about to sign to a brand new label, which should be good. It should be any day, hopefully. We're really excited about working on that, and already there's like loads of excitement within our team and stuff, and loads of things moving behind the scenes. And it feels like for the first time we might put our record out and it have. I don't know. I feel like we're doing a lot of hard work, and it's nice to have it actually reverberated, and someone else really helped push it out. And we're really excited to get on with that. So there'll be a new single maybe in a couple of weeks. And then I think we'll be releasing the record maybe about September time and following it up with another tour, I think. But I think mainly it's going to be festivals for the moment. But as kind of the way things go, I think once this label kind of finally get integrated with our team, I think there's going to be a kind of pedal to the... Mm-hmm. Oh, here's the thing. Is it pedal to the metal?
Pedal to the metal. Yeah.
It sounds like pedal to the metal.
Yeah,
pedal to the metal.
Yeah, definitely metal.
Yeah,
because you're putting it.
That's Logic says.
Logic says.
Yeah. Okay, but so that.
Yeah. Sweet. So that was Primal with Arcane Roots.
Thank you.
Cheers.